Finally, we've been working on this for a few weeks now. It's a story from the 3rd grade book that we just converted into a script, I guess. And so they've been having a lot of fun with this play called $4.50. So I guess we'll start.
It's a terrible thing to call a cowboy a deadbeat, but in Shorty Long's case it was true. He owed everybody money, from Big Oscar the blacksmith to Little McCrae who ran the Silver Dollar Cafe and baked the best biscuits west of the Rockies.
Shorty ain't a bad sort. He just hates to pay for anything he thinks he can get free.
Big Oscar told the widow one afternoon over coffee at the Silver Dollar. The widow brought Oscar another plate of biscuits.
How am I going to keep this place going if folks won't pay their bills? Shorty's the worst. He owes me $4.50. You got as much chance of collecting that money as seeing Custer ride back from Little Bighorn. That's what you think. I'm driving out to the Circle K this afternoon. If Shorty won't pay what he owes, I'll lay him flatter than a bottom of a skillet.
As soon as Oscar left, Little McCrae hitched her 2 horses, Clementine and Evangeline, to the buckboard and drove out to the Circle K ranch, stuck police side from him. He rode back to the corral to warn Shorty.
McCrae's coming. She's got a rolling pin in her hand and an awful mean look on her. You better come up with that money, Shorty.
Boys, you gotta help me.
Why don't you just pay what you owe?
It ain't that simple. If I paid the widow back, everybody I owe money to expect the same. I'd end up broker than a mess of eggs.
The Circle K boys decided to help Shorty out, just for the fun of seeing what would happen. They knocked together a few boards to make a conference. When Little McCrae drove up, she found Shorty wearing it. He looked real peaceful. The Circle K boys stood around blubbering, wiping their noses.
What happened to Shorty?
He's gone to the last roundup. A bronco threw him. He landed on his head.
The widow leaned over for a closer look. Shorty looked at her in the Christmas tree in August, but she still wasn't sorry, although she kept her suspicions to herself.
Poor Shorty, it hurts my heart to see him like this. Where do you figure on burying him?
Why, here on the ranch somewheres.
That's not right. Shorty deserves better than sagebrush and coyotes. I know you don't have time to spare, but with the spring roundup coming on, but if you let me take Shorty back to town, I'll see he gets a decent burial.
The Circle K boys can heartily refuse.
Then it's settled. So you boys load Shorty onto the buckboard. Try not to bounce him around too much. I'll nail it down.
Not just yet. I want to see him one last time before I put him in the ground. Shorty Long is my friend.
That was sure news to Shorty. He didn't say a word, but he was thinking hard, mostly about what he'd like to do to duck food. When the coffin was loaded, Little McCrae headed back towards town and on Hill Road. This hill is where they bury cowboys like Shorty who die with their boots on. It's a mighty rough road for followers last journey. Little McCrae ran in at the top of the hill next to the freshly dug grave. She got down from the buckboard, unhitched the horses, and turned the loose to graze. Then she took hold of the coffin and dragged it out of the wagon. Shorty saw stars in the coffin ground, but he was bound and determined not to pay that $4.50, so he lay still. Ludo studied him hard.
Can you hear me, Shorty? If you can, listen good. I don't know if you're dead or not, but I'm going to keep my eyes on you all night. If you ain't moved by morning, into the ground you go.
Poor Shorty. It was pay up or be buried alive. He couldn't make up his mind which was worse. The sun went down with Little McCrae's eyes fixed on him tight. Shorty lay still in his coffin, not moving a muscle, not hardly breathing, waiting for something to happen.
On about midnight, something did. Riders, here then coming up the Boot Hill Road. Little McCrae ducked behind the tombstone. As for Shorty, he was sure it was a posse of dead cowboys riding back from the grave for one last roundup. He lay in his coffin, stiff as rawhide, hoping that with all the graves up there, they wouldn't notice one extra corpse.
3 riders reined in at the top of the hill. They got off their horses. One with a lantern while the other 2 lugged an iron strong box over the open grave. Anyone would recognize them at once. It was Big Nose Parrot and 2 of his Skate, Smiley Dunlap and the Oregon Kid. the outlaws started bragging about the train being robbed that afternoon. They came to the graveyard to divide the loot. No one would think of looking for the outlaws on Boot Hill. Not wild ones anyway. Shorty was in a heap of trouble. If those outlaws caught him spying on them, he wouldn't have to worry about being a fake corpse. Big Nose George drew his 6th gun.
Stand back, bulls. I'll settle this business.
He fired a shot into the strongbox padlock. Shorty nearly gave up the ghost. He thought that bullet was meant for him.
Yahoo! We struck it rich.
The Oregon kid kicked open the lid. He and Smiley reached inside and began throwing fistfuls of $20 bills into the air. That made Big Nose George real mad.
Quit that clowning. This ain't the circus. You boys pick up them greenbacks and point them where you found them. George. George, nothing. We're going to divvy it up. Business like. No grabbing.
The kid and Smiley started picking up the money. One of the bills landed in Shorty's coffin.
Holy Hannah, what's this? There's a dead end here. Don't drop your britches, boys. Dead don't bite. Why, some poor cowpoke was bearing at the week till morning. They should have covered her up, though. I hate decent leaving a fella out in the open with the floods can get at him. But it's none of our concern. Bring over the bills and let's get started.
Can we close the coffin first? Dan's giving me the willies.
Sure, go ahead.
The kid slammed the coffin lid right down on Shorty's head. Good kid of Shorty ran. He clenched his teeth to keep from yelling.
What's the matter?
This lid don't fit.
Let me try.
Smiley sat down hard on back a lot of it. Shorty fell from the face. Shorty saw stars, but not the ones in the sky.
What's keeping you two? This lid won't lay flat. Let me see. Are you full of crack brain? Use your eyes. This fella's nose sticks up a mile. It's way too long for the coffin.
What'll we do?
You don't need a sniffer where he's going. I'll cut it off with my bowie knife.
That was enough for Shorty. He sat up in his coffin and hollered.
Hold on, boys. I ain't that dead.
Smiley let out the yells of holding on after the horse.
Little McCray laughed a bit to bust. When she was all laughed out, she came from behind the tombstone and gave Shorty the scolding of his life.
You nearly... I hope you learned your lesson. You nearly got your nose cut off. $4.50.
Shorty was too embarrassed to say anything. He and Little McCray gathered up the money those outlaws left behind in the morning. Those outlaws left behind. In the morning, they took it to the railroad agent in town. He gave them a $500 reward to divide between them. Shorty rubbed his nose.
I reckon we're even now.
Not quite. You still owe me $4.50.
Shorty stared glumly at his pile of $50 bills.
I don't have no change. How if I come back tomorrow and settle up?
I'll expect you.
But so far as anyone knows, he hasn't paid her yet.